So first, settings, strictly necessary, save selection. So first I'm noticing this velvet theme. I saw a few of these in pre-fall. There was a really cute boy flat bag and I really loved it. It just brought a warmth and texture, and I love that they're expanding on this velvet concept in fall and winter. So they're bringing it to new and old shapes. So we have a 22 that's velvet. It matches this jacket and pants, and there's actually a skirt that's currently in boutiques of this same velvet that is very cute. We have a red velvet with a gorgeous strap. I've also loved seeing them in the last year experiment more with their chains and what they're willing to give us with the chain. I've seen silk, I've seen different types of links, and I've seen different stones. I think the chain is still extremely functional, and most people are used to a heavy chain and expect that from a Chanel bag anyways. So it's a natural transition for them to have these different chains that have this gorgeous bling and just are so complimentary to wear on the shoulder. So I'm excited to see what they do with this velvet. Obviously, there will be more in the actual collection, but we can see that we have a coin purse, we have a little clutch, and we have a flat bag into 22, and hopefully they'll bring back some more of those velvet boy bags because they were darling. So Chanel generally, they always surprise me with their color choices for winter. They are not afraid of a bright, bold winter look. So you can see that they're really invested in pink. We have this lovely model in a gorgeous pink jacket and parachute pants, and she has what looks like a corduroy 19 bag. Now, I've never seen a corduroy bag from Chanel, and I think it is so cute. It makes me wonder about the price point. We can try to find that in a minute. I wonder what they would charge for a material like that, because corduroy is not thought of as the most high-end material, but of course, coming from Chanel, you know they're gonna definitely charge what they are worth or what they believe they are worth. And it looks like we have a shopping bag, which is actually a great size. I love, oh, there's that skirt that I was telling you guys about. I love the size that this model is carrying because it's a very functional bag. It's rectangular, it has some depth. You know, you can keep your book and your knitting project and a few more functional things, whereas with a flat bag, the long rectangular shape rather than a deep rectangular shape limits the amount and the types of things that you can carry. So this bag is a little more practical, but I also do really like that it is not a full-on tote, and so you definitely can still look chic and minimal with this shape. This model looks great. You know, we can tell obviously this very thin woman, this bag still looks somewhat petite. And I love that strap. I think that looks so extremely convenient, just the right length for it to fall at your hip. And the gold hardware, of course, looks perfect with the pink. We can see they are not afraid to have some bling. So, and then we move into the spirit of blue jeans. Now, I want to talk about this diamond pattern. I've seen this on a pair of jeans in a boutique. In black. It is very interesting, and it is indeed interesting to see on. You know, Chanel generally does some skinny jeans throughout the year, and then maybe some more fashion cut or fashion forward cuts of jeans. And I'm interested in what this diamond shape does to the leg, because because you're neither getting fully horizontal or vertical lines. Are you lengthening or are you widening your leg? Um, it's kind of neither, but because the lines are diagonal, I think it obfuscates the sides of your leg a little bit more and almost creates like an optical illusion, so you can't really tell where the pant ends and the shadow of your leg and the curve of your leg begins. So it's a really interesting fashion forward concept from them. I always love to see the way different patterns articulate a person's body. We can see, I've seen this in black, this is the dark blue, this is the light blue, and I do like, the light blue is a little bit more brushed down. I wonder how that would wear, because it seems like this is a pretty solid, however, I don't know what they've used to wear this fabric or dye it. I don't know if it's like lightened through bleach, or I don't know if it's worn down somehow. I'm guessing it's some kind of like how they dyed it, but I'm interested to see how this one would wear and if it would fade out really quickly and what kind of care you would take of it. I would think that with a denim Chanel bag, one of the advantages would be, of course, denim is a less high maintenance material than some of the classic materials, for example, like a lambskin or silk. Um, very difficult to can be very difficult to wash if you have any kind of issue or stain. And with a lambskin, once it's creased, you can do your leather lotion and whatnot, but lambskin definitely creases, whereas with this you may even be able to steam it or press it to help it stay looking vivacious. So they're bringing back the silk. I don't know if you guys remember, but I think last cruise, maybe fall, or sorry, maybe winter, but maybe cruise 22, 21, 22. They had these adorable black and white silk bags, but what I loved about them was they had a silk strap. That is what made them so cool. Is they had gold hardware and they were black and white silk in a really cool Coco Chanel print, but they had the most unique silk strap. And I know that's not the most practical strap, but it is definitely unique. So it looks like they brought back a floral print silk, which is nice, but to be honest, guys, it's kind of giving me like Hawaiian shirt vibes that just don't scream luxury to me, especially with that very serious metal and navy blue chain. I think this is an interesting pattern, but I'd love to see it on a tote, something that's a little more casual, whereas I feel the flat bag shape is very serious and almost formal. Of course, we have a little herringbone and a cutie little suit. She's wearing matching. Oh, I think I've seen that model on TikTok. But yeah, that's where we're at for handbags. Now let's try to see what they're charging for this corduroy. Okay, $59. So, and this is what size? These are both large. Okay, so $59 for a large as opposed to, let's see what a leather one costs. Chanel 19. So here's a large, or I don't know if it's large. It's not telling me the size. Do we have measurements? Suggested retail price. You don't have any other retailers. Who are you suggesting to? Yourself? That's silly. Oh, okay, dimension 7.8 by 11.7 by 3.9. And then okay, so this black one is a little smaller. It is 57. This one's not giving me a size, but it's leather. And this one's not giving me a size either, but it's less. So it looks like the lambskin ones are a little like this is a medium and it's a little less expensive. But I'm trying to find a large, 19 large leather one to see what the price is. Let's see. Okay, so this is large, confirmed. Okay, so for leather, large, it's 63. So they're definitely giving us a little bit of a markdown on that corduroy. So at 59, it's $400 less, which is not a huge price difference. But they, even though it's a specialty bag, they're definitely charging less and helping that just simple, gorgeous leather 19 hold her value. So let's see what they have for us in ready to wear in 22-23. Masculine, feminine accents. Now, Coco was a woman who, to see a woman wearing a suit in 2022 wouldn't shock many, but for her to make suits was a very big deal. But I think people questioned her femininity, and I think people have always questioned the femininity of the brand, ironically, because it is one of the only high-end brands that has a female founder and has a female name. But I think this brand isn't really trying to prove anyone wrong in that questioning. I think for all its controversial history, they do have a focus on not femininity, but women and what makes women feel powerful. I think this is a brand that truly does not just advertise to something material in women, but to something carnal, a way they want to feel. Because, looking at, like, for example, this gorgeous corduroy, I'm going to call it a Canadian tuxedo on the left, it's not what anyone would call sexy, and most people advertise clothing to women by appealing to the idea that they want to be sexy. But Chanel advertises to women appealing to the idea that they want to feel powerful, and whether that is a class power of being able to afford such high-end clothing, it does appeal to that nature in women, which is interesting. I've seen this dress in boutiques, this knit dress. It's very beautiful, but it has not sold well. I think it's very long, so, and because of the knit, I think it's hard to take up. Excuse me. But it's very pretty. I just think you need really the right type of person. I think on someone short or with a little more hips, it could look very matronly. So, like, on her, obviously it looks good. She's stunning. But I think on the wrong person, it could be a very matronly type of dress. This jacket is pretty, but you see how they have her sleeves rolled up? They didn't make it in a very small size. I think the smallest size they do is 34. I don't think they made it in a 34, which is a shame because it would look good on a more petite person, but they just didn't make the size for it. That's an interesting tag. Yeah, so we're playing more on that denim theme. Oh, I love this little kind of briefcase. And yeah, oh, gorgeous gown. Let's see that. Look 6. Is it a gown or is it a top and a skirt? It's a dress. Oh, and I love, okay, let me just talk to y'all about this little Chanel book. Let me see if I can find a close-up of it. Like, that little Chanel is so freaking cute to me. It's $17.50, so it's priced a little above a lot of their card holders. And I don't see this as being the most convenient way to get your credit cards out, but for a little party, she's wearing it almost as a clutch. I think it is so darling and fun. And just, Chanel has a serious side to it. It definitely does sell a very fashion forward, suited up woman. But if you look close, especially at their smaller accessories, they really aren't afraid to play on fun, feminine, French brand specific themes that just really turn me on. And look, I think they have a flat bag too. Let's see. Oh, cutie, strapless with this little floral motif. Wallet on chain. That is just darling. And $31.75 I think is a totally fair price to pay for a wallet on chain from Chanel. That is just so darling. And they've got this little kind of, I think, I haven't seen this bag in person, but I think this is just kind of a little pleated leather, just to give it that bookish accent. It is so, so very cute. Um, yeah, so I think that's a little beginning to Chanel's Fall Winter 2022. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Flipping Through Fashion. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you.